Welcome, everyone. Pine Grove News Live. Hope everyone's doing all right. It's 6:01 p.m. here on the East Coast. Yeah. And guess what? It's over. Yeah. It's finally over, folks. Well, the impeachment trial is over for now. Not the hard feelings, not really. It's Democrats and their crazy, deluded, scheming, whatever. It's over for now. So anyways, man, it's Wednesday. Finally got over this hump today that I don't know. I guess I'm still standing, still walking. We're still heading to the finish line, and don't worry about anything else. Working hours just fly by, and I guess I'll just take that as a victory too. Yeah, so 4 p.m. today, that's where they started that vote, and give me 1 second, and we'll go over that. Let's see. 4 p.m. The Senate voted on 2 articles. Article 1 concerning the alleged abuse of power, and he was found not guilty, 52 to 48. And under Article 2, obstruction of Congress, with 1 Republican turning tail, turncoat, on obstruction of Congress, the total there was 53 to 47. So it's over. 84 days later, it's over. So they would normally need 2/3 of the Senate. I believe it's 67 was the number that they were looking for. That was like, more than 10 votes away. So you must have all watched, or at least tried to watch part of it. The State of the Union address. I mean, I watched it. I normally watch it no matter who the president is, just, when he starts speaking. I mean, the beginning of it is just, ritual, but in any case, I've never seen such disrespect for our country, for a sitting president in my 60 years. And I've been watching the news at a pretty young age. I mean, we actually had a teacher tell us, to go and look into current events and report on that. Maybe that's how it all got started. I don't know. And I believe that was in like 4th grade. I don't know how old I was. Pretty darn young. In any case. So, So, I mean, between I turned it off, and I missed the part where Pelosi ripped up something. Everyone's claiming that she ripped up Trump's speech. Just because she knows that she's on camera and she's in the background with Pence while he's speaking, and some of the things and gestures that she did. And it's not just that, but that was just total disrespect. I mean, why wasn't that criminal? Just total blatant disrespect for a sitting president. And then you got that almost half of the, I guess, right side, the Democrats, where they were sitting. And all those women, somebody please tell, I think I forgot, somebody tell me what those women or all those people wearing white coats, did they all turn? Are they all what do you call them? Turncoats. Yeah, yeah, that's the word. What is this that's going on there? And then you had, I don't know, 4 or 5 women or something standing up and pointing and gesturing with their fingers and chanting something. I don't know what it was. I know they told me, that night what it was, but yeah, just, they should have been picked up and thrown out of the room. And then, the whole Democratic side, every time. And there were plenty of cheapins that, President Trump has, of course, he's a very proud man. He's pats himself on the back. Um, and why not? Nobody else is going to do it, right? I mean, but man, very strange time that we're in. And in any case, for now, it's all over. Um, and hopefully, now we can get on with, the re-election. I think that's going to be a clean sweep. So with that, let's go back to the news. Let's see. So let's start. Well, I'm not going to start with the coronavirus. I'm going to start the way I normally start. We'll talk about that to give you an update on it. I have taken a snapshot of the current people infected and those results. And we'll get there in a minute. So let's go first to this. I guess it's basically an update because we talked about this 2 days ago. This locust infestation. This is from the Watchers. Pakistan declares national emergency over the worst locust infestation in 27 years. Oh, I'm going to interrupt this just for 1 second, okay? And talk again about what Trump did, State of the Union address. I mean, Rush Limbaugh, okay? I listen to him on the news, not every day, mostly though, about a half hour out of his 3 hours that he's on. I guess there's some other YouTubers out there that are calling him predictive programming as well, and that he is on one particular side. I don't really know what that is, but it's not the far left. I know that much. And he is a Trump fan. But apparently, I don't know, maybe they know each other because he went to the State of the Union address and actually received from President one of the highest civilian honors that can be bestowed a civilian. I guess it's called the Medal of Freedom. And I don't know if he was expecting it, but if not, he's a good actor because it seemed like he wasn't expecting it. And this is after, I mean, this guy's been on the radio for, I don't know, 30, 40 years. I don't know, maybe longer. He's also the one that's recently been diagnosed with lung cancer. And he quit smoking years ago. He used to talk about it probably 5, 8 years ago. So he ended up with this lung cancer. And so anyways, yeah, it just shocked me. Why would he give Rush Limbaugh? I guess because he's America. He's like Trump, America first. And I do believe, I mean, Rush Limbaugh wrote well, a few anyway, children's books, about learning about the country and how it was founded, and I thought it was, it was a great thing that he was doing. Paul Revere books and some other stuff. I mean, I used to listen to the kids come on there and explain how they've learned a lot about the country and how it was formed and all these other things, and very educational anyway. And it's because our children are not being taught American history. They're being taught other history in other countries. In any case, my grandchildren do not know how to sign. They don't know cursive. They don't know how to sign a name. So how are they going to sign for anything? And we mentioned this once before, and I believe that it's just a setup, for this one world government, one world religion, beast system that will be during their lifetime and still mine, I believe, Lord willing. So anyways, they don't know how to tell time on an analog clock. I've quizzed them before. I've tried to teach them. And they don't know how to sign their name. I think I may have to hold classes for that as well. Okay, so why do they not know how to sign their name? Why are they not being taught to write in cursive? The answer's simple. So yeah, the worst locust infection in 27 infestation. I'm sorry, infection. Well, I'm thinking coronavirus, I guess, before finishing the word, in 27 years. There's another article right next to it here that talks about this outbreak could grow, and this is from End Time Headlines, could grow to 500 times bigger by June. Are they going to have anything to eat in June? It's only February. And what you got? 3 more months? 4 months? You got April, May, June. So yeah, forget March, January, February, March, April, May. So 4 months. I can't see them. They eat green things, right? So big thing going on there in Pakistan. So, all right, let's move on. More Watchers stuff here. Strombolian explosions at the Fuego volcano. Ash up to 1,500 feet in Guatemala. Of course, I've seen it go quite higher than that, but so there you go. I normally give you the volcanic weekly report on Friday. So 2 days away, and we'll find out how many are still, active, up and running, spewing ash and lava and having going through explosions. Doesn't seem to be stopping, folks. That's all I can say. Only getting worse. It's not getting better. None of it is. So let's all wake up out of our bubbles. Let's find, the hope that we could still have hope in all this. There is hope in all this. That's all I have to say. And we'll talk about that later. Hope, is that what you're looking for? Well, listen up. And it's not anything that man can do. So continuing on with the Watchers, deadly floods and landslides hit Rwanda. Almost couldn't say it. That was 3 days ago. 13 people, including 7 people from the same family in capital Kigali. The Ministry of Emergency Management said in the prison's damage assessment report. 13 people killed. And stuff like this is going on all the time, folks. I just don't report it every night or every other night. It's just, And this, tropical cyclone forming near Western Australia. Severe impact likely. So I do believe that they are in the summertime, right? With all the heat and everything. I believe that's what I heard. And so, I haven't heard anything about the fires recently in there. I know that they had some rain and cut out and helped put, a lot of these fires out. But we'll try to get you an update on that. Maybe they have it in this one. Yeah, but this was pretty exciting, also from the Watchers. And it happened February 1st. But like I say, I can't cover all the news at one time. I try to cover the things that are close to prophecy as I, can remember about prophecy. And that's what we're looking at, really. But these things are just, I guess they're, we're to look in the heavens and watch for signs. And I guess we should, I don't know, maybe pay more attention to those things. Because these things are happening all the time now. After reading the majority of Tom Horn's new book, Wormwood, you'll get obviously a better understanding of what is really, in the heavens, in our solar system, as far as, asteroids, comets, and the such. So this one, because I've never seen them report, at least, I mean, they say it's the eighth, okay, the eighth closest on record. But this one, obviously 5 days ago, I didn't know about it. We didn't know about it. But they claim it was a small, and you'll see how small it was. But it came within 0.04 LD. That's lunar distances. Okay, and I've seen a lot of them come at, 0.10, which is, 1/10 of the distance to the moon. And that's pretty darn close. This one, 0.04. I mean, this is at 0.04, and it's still, I mean, that's within the satellite band. I haven't, I don't know if people have noticed anything coming down in the past couple days. You get something, but it was small. So we're going to get, go find out exactly how. So I think it was like 3 to 6 feet. Yeah, down here. 2.7 to 6.3 feet in diameter, I guess. That's pretty darn small. Try looking into space. I mean, these are the things that they can do now. I mean, if they can, years ago, they were able to look down on the ground and they can, pick out a dime on the ground with clarity and, close up. They've been able to do that for a long time. And don't let them fool you that they can track most of these things. It's just that they don't, I guess they don't have enough tools to track them all. And they have refitted at least one that I know of, satellite, to monitor these things. Like, I guess one was, it has the name Wise in it, so NeoWise or something like that. That's one of the many that, well, not many, few that they have up there that we know of. Who knows what the SpaceX flew up there? I mean, they claim it's these small satellites that is going to point this 5G energy down into collectors and then out, sideband into each other's houses. Just need to put up more poles and more frequency transmitted or repeated poles so that we all can get brain tumors. So anyway, 0.04. Now, that's pretty darn close. I mean, they got this thing. Look at these arrows. I mean, they got the arrow going. Anyways, never mind. So, I mean, they got models down here showing you. Oh, I hit play, but it's not playing. I guess it don't want to play. Any case. It just, I picked it up after I saw 0.04. Now, that's the closest I've seen yet. Like I said, even though it's in 8th place. I mean 22,000 miles from Earth. I mean, that's what they're saying. I don't believe that figure. 300 miles up, and they can't get past that, the Van Allen belt. So I don't know what they're talking about, 22,000 miles. If it's in the satellite band, then it was a lot lower than that. But, 6 feet, if that's true. Still, about the size of a, medium-sized man. Hitting the ground, yeah, it would cause some damage, but only if you're standing next to it. And of course, this powerful 6.2 magnitude earthquake strikes off the shore of Indonesia. Yeah, well, that's the place where they have earthquakes quite often. Yeah, we got here. All right. I'm going to change it up just a little bit. I'm going to get in. This is from End Time Headlines as well. This, well, I was kind of looking for updates for the coronavirus, and I found some other, I don't know what you call them. What do you call them? Diseases, viruses, whatever you call them. There's one or two more out there that's in the news. But then we're talking, I was talking about these things and then drugs, it's kind of all wrapped around the same thing. So this new deadly drug called gray death. Yep, gray death. I don't know why it's still on the streets. Found in Louisiana, can kill by just touching it. Now we know that there was another drug out there, and I guess basically it was basically just a fentanyl type medicine that was in a patch, and how these people got OD'd just by touching the patches. And I've explained that before. These patches are transdermal patches. So, the medicine is on one side, the sticky side. It sticks to your arm. The outside, there's nothing on it. So I don't know what, when they had these cops, this cop supposedly in a video one time I saw, apparently touched this patch and had an OD experience. And supposedly that Narcan stuff that they got out there, it's like a pen, an EpiPen or whatever you want to call that they're trying to sell to everyone. They tried to sell one to me. It's $79 and insurance doesn't pay for it. Very expensive, but I don't know why would you carry? I know the police why they would carry one around, but so that man definitely demonstrated how the pen was used, the Narcan, and in any case, I thought it was all made up at the time. But if this stuff is being mixed, the problem with this is that this fentanyl is being mixed with the heroin. Okay, they're actually mixing it now. Then you can touch it. Yeah, so this new deadly drug that has been discovered in Louisiana for the first time. I mean, there's been, we'll just continue because it's not just Louisiana. Officials say the drug is so powerful, just touching it can kill you. They're calling it the super drug gray death. The public recognizes a lot of drugs that we deal with. This new one, according to David Spencer, spokesman for the St. Mary's Parish Sheriff's Office, said, gray death is heroin that has been cut with fentanyl, okay, and it's deadly. A lot of these things, you start mixing them. Fentanyl is very powerful. I think it's more powerful than heroin. Not that I've done heroin, but I've done, I guess it's like an opiate, because I take pain medicine. So anyways, but not heroin. Anyways, we won't get into that discussion right now. So be aware of the color. It looks like chunks of concrete, hence the gray death. It first started appearing in Alabama and Georgia in 2017. It then moved to Ohio and Pennsylvania. I did a video a couple years back about flakka, and that was at the time taken over for the once used bath salts, which is, I don't know, the video I did, and the people that were on this flakka, they just looked like they were completely possessed. Their arms, their body, their legs were just somehow being able to contort in ways that I've never seen a normal person contort their bodies on this drug. And they just go through different twitches and convulsions. And sometimes they're walking while they do this. It was a good video. And then, YouTube, before I was able to, download my videos and save them, of course, YouTube canceled 2 accounts on me for no reason whatsoever. I mean, they think they had a reason, but we know what happened back then. It's still happening now. So, gray death, people. The drug is reportedly 10,000 times more potent than morphine. 10,000 times. Yeah, it could definitely kill you. Well, so can certain over-the-counter medicines, and certainly some medicines that they give you, the side effects are just a lot worse and can do a lot more harm than, correcting the symptom or helping the symptom that you have. So what else is new? And so now this, in Saudi Arabia, reports an outbreak of highly pathogenic bird flu virus. Now that's just strange because we normally hear about these bird flu viruses from China, right? But now, apparently in Saudi Arabia. So as the world is trying to contain the coronavirus outbreak, we're now receiving reports of an outbreak of a highly contagious bird flu virus, Saudi Arabia. So this report comes from the World Organization. Well, it should be the World Health Organization, but anyways, for animal health, the OIE. Okay, so I was wrong. The report indicated that the outbreak took place in central Sudair region, located some 150 kilometers north of the nation's capital of Riyadh. It's stating that the disease has already killed more than 22,000 birds, and more than 385,000 birds were also slaughtered out of precaution. And what are they killing? Chickens? So this is reportedly the first outbreak of this magnitude since July 18. And so this particular strain of bird flu, identified as H5N8, and every time we hear of a strain like this, it's obviously mutating. It just changes. So these flu shots that you get, it's not a preventative measure, because by the time the flu comes to you, it's already been changed, just mutated into something else. Anyway, so there's that one. So I don't know, if somebody's doing this, whether the Lord is doing this, but we constantly hear of, our our food chain, has been dramatically reduced and damaged due to floods and cold weather, unseasonably cold weather, or hot weather, or fires, or volcanoes like Hawaii, damaging crops there. I mean, everywhere, man. And then, pig flus, bird flus, culling chickens and pigs by the, hundreds of thousands. I mean, what's going on? What's going on? Don't know. We can just speculate. It's all we can do. And researchers now, are saying that the coronavirus may be more contagious than previously thought. Yeah, of course. If it's mutating, like someone had mentioned earlier, every 2 weeks, every time, it attaches to someone, and that's what I heard anyway. I don't know how true it is. I'm just repeating this stuff. If somebody gets infected by this certain coronavirus, I mean, does it mutate after leaving the host? Does it leave the host? Well, we're certainly getting, people infected from person to person. So, I mean, but is it the same strain? This is it's crazy how these things just keep changing. And that's why I'm, probably having a hard time finding this cure, even though Russia says that they have a cure. They have like 30 different cures for this coronavirus. Probably because it mutated enough times, so they created some kind. But we don't hear of them stepping up and offering this to China. And maybe they have, but we're just not hearing it. Just like, China is reportedly hiding these numbers like they normally do. And so if you go over end time headlines, and like I normally do, I leave the 90% at least of the headlines, the links. But I saw over and over again during the news when I was watching Fox News, the 5 that I normally watch. Yeah, she just, blatantly just rips it up behind them, knows that she's on camera. And then you got other news. I get a lot of my news from end time headlines. It's pretty, there you go for the prophets type stuff too. And also down, with them at end time headlines, got this, the earthquake swarm underway at the Shogun, Guanajuato volcano, Mexico, the field. So you have those links to go search that further if you wish. This from Natural News. China keeping 2 sets of coronavirus pandemic numbers. Are they? The leaked infection number over 154,000 deaths, approach 25,000. All right, this is from China. I can't read China. I mean, they're claiming. Let's see, what did he say up there? 154 infections, okay, and deaths. I don't know what this is in between here, but let's go. I'm going to show you the ones that I've been collecting for the past 4 or 5 days, okay? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So about 5 days ago, this is what it was. 4 days ago, jumps almost 3,000. 3 days ago, jumps another 3,500. And watch this number in the green here. That's people who have recovered from the virus. And remember back here, it basically stood even with the death toll. Pretty close. So, and then this, and then you're going to watch that number jump considerably. Especially after I said, why isn't it jumping a lot more? Yeah, like everything revolves around me, right? And here, 2 days ago, 20,704 at 427 deaths, 727. You see how the numbers starting to separate now over here. This one's going up a couple hundred. It's good to know, but just remember that you can still have it on you, be well, and pass it on. That's what they're saying. And now today, and I don't know why they went to red, but it's in red. Remember, all these are in white. And now today, it's in red. And then this number jumps up quite a bit. Well, they jumped up 300. Death toll jumped up another, say, 50 or so. Well, it's 60. It's been usually 50, anywhere from 40 to 60 per day dead. But this number is jumping up by the hundreds now. And this one, it's at least 3,000 per day. And like I said, I don't know why it's in the red now, but there it is. And that is the new one. 11 still in the U.S. I guess some other ones are growing very little. But it is a world pandemic now. It is a pandemic because it's all over the world. And so, let's see, we did that. I think we did all the stuff already. Yeah, that's where we left off. So that's from Natural News, Mike Adams. Good place to go. Said that many times. He comes out with he has his own lab and stuff that he does. He sells products that, well, in my opinion, are very expensive, at least for me, or else I'd probably try some of them, but I can't afford them. Yeah, isn't it the same though? If something is good for you, you can't afford to buy it. They know it's good for you, so they jack up the prices. I'm not saying that, Mike is doing that, but you got to pay for the lab. And this crazy one also by Mike, WHO, that's the World Health Organization, demands all nations drop travel restrictions and allow infected Chinese to enter every country. Are they actively rooting for the virus? I've not heard that, but I guess we're hearing it now. Demands that nations drop travel restrictions. Why would somebody like the World Health Organization revert to saying that? Well, you just got to read the articles and use discernment, because I'm just starting it out. It says it now increasingly appears. It appears that the World Health Organization. So, Mike, shame on you, Mike. You make it sound like, I know you have a question mark on the bottom, and you probably should take that as item number 1 and then appear. So they didn't actually say it. Anyway, it's just inferred. All right, what we got here? What is this? Breaking Israel news. Why they do this to me? Yeah, because this one was pretty interesting. World Israel News. Ancient structure resembling the first temple found on outskirts of Jerusalem. I just found that very interesting. Could be, ancient archaeology, and I always thought that the last temple is below the dome, or at least to almost under the dome, because I've heard of them wanting to build the third temple on this foundation that is actually next to the Dome of the Rock, or whatever you want to call that, the Muslim temple there, and that they were planning on building it on the right spot, which is right next to the building of the Dome on the Rock. So this Iron Age temple complex is the only one of its kind to be found to date in the realm of the kingdoms of Israel and Judah, or Judea, however you want to pronounce that. Archaeology findings at Tel Matzah near Jerusalem indicated the existence of a temple from the first temple period that was very similar to Solomon's temple described in the Bible. An unprecedented finding that raises many questions yet to be answered. Don't they all? Still waiting on all the, dinosaur bones and the giant bones. Where's the finished stories on them? Where's the updates? I guess we'd have to go ask the people at the Smithsonian, right? Who supposedly are hoarding it all. Yeah, so we all know, we all saw that. Pelosi unleashes the terrible pun to explain why she ripped up Trump's speech. Yeah, I don't care anymore about that. And I'm not going to get any more into this either, except this is what's out there. Taylor Swift says her pro-LGBT, pro-choice brand of Christianity is the real Christianity. Isn't that how it always goes? And you know what? Also that I noticed during the Super Bowl, I mean, you had, how come it's always those people who do not stand for the national anthem are the ones who have all kinds of money, have made millions upon millions in America off its people, but won't stand for its flag. A simple representation of the country, just like any other flag. Anyway, just respect, and they have none. They come up with their own religions. You know, they have an excuse for everything and an offense to give everyone and to take. Yeah, it's no wonder people are getting sick and tired. People are just, they're just throwing their hands up, giving up, and letting this world take them. Just let you know, people, that there's more to it than this world. So with that, everyone, their hope. I mean, that's who the Lord is. Hope. I mean, he's everything. He stands for a lot, and hope is one of them. And you can only find that out by, well, you can pray, or you can go read and try and understand why he is hope. Just go find out. I mean, I'm telling you, he promises a lot of things. One of them is, he teaches life's lessons all through the Bible, but he's going to teach you how to maintain that hope and faith, and he's going to give it to you. You can't do anything except believe. Believe on him, and let me tell you, the world and its problems and its woes will slowly fade away, and it'll just be life different, life more abundantly, more than what we're all living, now, because of man's limited ability to do any of these things, to give anybody hope. We can get hope, temporary hope. It's just temporary. Why do you think you got these highs and lows? Why do you think they call depression, roller coaster ride? Highs and lows. I mean, that's all it is. It's just all temporary. And God's not. God's never changing. Never. All right, people, it's Wednesday, over the hump. I'll see you Friday, Lord willing. And have a great evening. Be blessed, everyone. Peace out.